Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of PODCAD. While we are filming, today is National Truth and Reconciliation Day. I'd like to acknowledge the communities that our studio is situated upon, and I'd like to urge everyone to listen to their local Indigenous leaders and take some time to reflect. Today we have a very special guest. We have an acclaimed illustrator and self-proclaimed clown, as he told me about 10 minutes ago. We have Stephen Morello here to join us. How are you doing, Stephen?
Good. Thank you for having me on the show. It's been a long time. How many seasons are we in now? 7?
Seven.
Season 7.
And
Woo.
you joined the OCAD Live family when?
earlier this year, I believe in March. I started in March helping with Daria's show, the Super Sensitive show, and it's been wonderful ever since, honestly. So I'm glad to be part of the family.
So let's talk about that. So you joined OCAD Live alongside Daria.
Yeah.
Was she sort of looking for someone to, handle that end?
Yeah.
And get her show
So
running?
she pitched her show, and honestly, I guess we were all surprised that they were willing to take it on this soon. So she needed an editor ASAP, and I was happy to do the job. I offered to. So I had already experimented with motion design before, even video editing in my past. I kind of wanted to go to university for that reason, and then last minute switched to illustration, kind of. But
That's where the clown part comes
that's
in.
exactly. Goofed there. But it's always been something that I've been interested in, and it's been a hobby. I'd like to almost keep it that way. So I kind of separate my motion design, video editing work from the illustrations that I do.
So what schools were you looking at for video editing before you had decided to make the worst decision of your life?
I
No, I'm
know,
kidding.
for real. I was supposed to go to, I almost dead named TMU, sorry. TMU.
TMU.
I was going to go there for film studies.
And my sister's there for film studies.
Yeah.
So it would have been a bad day to dead name. But,
So go on how you were like, worst programmer. No, I don't get it.
So I was interested in it, but then I always heard about OCAD, from my school growing up. Both elementary school, and high school. It was always something in my range of focus. So then, I think it was TMU, Queens, or OCAD. So what a wide choice. No.
So then what shifted that into illustration?
I was really interested in graphic design first.
Right.
So it was kind of the graphic design pathway into illustration, but I found that I didn't like the strictness of it. I had done some co-op work at a local mall for a jewelry store, and I was doing their graphic design work, and it was just the most painful shit.
How long did it take to get paid from that?
It's a co-op.
It was a
so you're,
co-op, but then I did get hired, but then it did take me over a month to get paid. So there you go.
That's usually the case.
I think we have similar stories.
Yeah?
And did you end up going to the open house and sort of finding illustration?
I went to GradX first.
You
so
went to
GradX was
GradX.
kind of the open house for me.
Right.
So then I was shit, this is actually this is cool. This is what I want to do instead.
Yeah, me and Alex go way back to high school. We went to the OCAD open house together, and I remember.
I didn't know what OCAD was.
I remember during during the open house on the 6th floor, they had different tables set up. There were 3 big ones: illustration, graphic design, and advertising. And for me, it was a matter of one of those 3. And there was something about illustration that felt all encapsulating.
Yeah, very true.
Encapsulating, whatever. It
All
encompassed.
encompassing.
Yeah. I tend to fuse words in my mind, but it felt all encompassing of different disciplines, riding the line between fine art and graphic design.
Yeah.
Then I enrolled, and it turned out to be just all anime stuff. That's what the A and
all
OCAD stands for.
encompassing.
Exactly, all the different types of anime, manga and whatever.
Down.
Yeah.
So I'd call you proficient in After Effects, knowing it that it's one of the, at least for myself, the hardest programs to get around. you'd mentioned that, like, you know, when you were younger, you liked video editing, and maybe you did a little bit of animation.
I did, yeah.
Right. And did you ever do like those Skillshare classes? Like, you know, like you ever get roped into that where it's like the class about After Effects?
Yeah, never fallen victim,
No?
luckily.
Okay,
no.
so you just naturally...
I owe it all to my
there.
my teachers in high
Right.
school. Like
Oh,
I've
that's
been,
good.
That's really good.
yeah. Honestly, I was part. Did you guys have Schism at your school?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So our Schism at my high school was ICT, so Intercommunications Technology. So, like further developing in the program, like my co-op would have had to been something to do with tech. So I continuously took tech classes throughout high school. So from grade 9 onward, I was always interested, like learning the Adobe suites. And then I only got into like video editing around probably grade 10 or 11. And I kind of branched off of that. Grade 12, I had to do a broadcasting class. So we had like a school news channel, basically. So it was like our school's mini OCAD Live.
Didn't we have a school news
We
channel?
did,
It was like short-lived, right? Are you?
But this is...
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to ask, did you go to that Schism Wonderland thing, or no? Oh, you
What's
didn't.
that?
No.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It was
shit.
there.
Yeah, shit. My memory.
But
I haven't had my coffee.
there
yet,
was
so.
there was the Wonderland. There
Got
was
the
like
picture of us.
there was like that concert with the different. It was a concert.
I don't
Nah,
recall a
know.
concert. I don't. Yeah. What
been too
What
long.
type of field trips did you go to? You didn't go to
We
Wonderland? You
literally-
got to ride the Yukon Striker.
See, there you go. That's lucky. Yeah, no, we came to TIFF to watch. What's
boring.
that movie? What's the movie? Thing versus the World.
Thing
Plants
the
versus
World?
Zombies.
No, it's with Michael Cera. What's it
Oh,
called?
Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim versus
Did
the
you
World.
just
Thing-
forget
I am
Scott
so
Pilgrim as a fourth year, fifth year OCAD student?
I don't
It's
do my
like-
Yeah,
research
that's
well.
in the curriculum.
Thing versus the World.
Yeah. It's pinnacle of Canadian illustration.
I'm so sorry, Michael Cera.
Yeah. See, we didn't get much experience with After Effects and Adobe Suite in our high school because our media arts teacher was a bit of a interesting fellow.
Oh yeah.
He was, but I want to switch it over to Steven here, who was in the. You're in your thesis year,
I am in my thesis year.
and you're just in the beginning. In fact, you too are in the thesis program.
Ooh.
But we're not in the same class.
No,
But,
how did that end up?
How did what end up?
You didn't end up in the same class? Come on.
I
Well,
didn't know.
There's a morning and an afternoon.
Someone's a half a credit behind. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
No, I have John Todd for my thesis professor. So honestly,
shout out
shout out John. The choice for me was quite easy. I've had him since honestly first year. I think the only year I didn't have him was fourth year. So it was kind of like I literally looked at him. I'm like, Dad, help me. Like, just be honest with me, and he is. So it's like a good
I've
relationship.
only ever had one of the Hamiltonians, and it's like once you had them, you had them all in my humble opinion. There's a lot of Hamiltonian illustration profs.
Oh.
Yeah.
They just hired one. Shows up in like different
They hired one, and
But
then like
it's true.
mitosis happened, and they split into three.
They're all from
and
there.
it's just
Like,
slowly trickling down, trickle down illustration anomics.
They only pay one of the
Yeah.
Hamiltonosis.
Exactly. So, Stephen, you do have an interest in screen printing.
I do.
And motion graphics. I'm curious if that's going to play a role in your thesis idea.
Definitely screen printing.
Screen printing?
I don't know so much about like doing animation for my thesis, but absolutely implementing screen printing. It was just like the way for me to kind of translate my digital works into the analog, like in the easiest way possible. Because like I know I've done like colored pencil paintings throughout high school, but then went into this period of digital work that kind of came with working in film and animation. So I don't know. I love screen printing now.
Yeah. Is that because you were briefed that we had to make 10 illustrations, or just like screen printing is the way to
Screen
go?
printing all of them. Yeah, 10
Just
variations.
make
colors.
yeah.
Guys, it's like you can sell that though. You can absolutely
can.
convince
Yeah.
them or something.
That's the best thing about screen printing class, or any printing class. I urge people to take printing classes because
And they
you
on
get a
the sixth
return.
floor, they opened up like a print shop almost to like
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
New
you can get a
Risograph.
return on your investment. You know, if you
return.
pay off.
it depends how
Quite there.
cool your designs are. You know, no, there's something about screen printing or serigraphy. if you're, you know,
Ooh.
Marshall McLuhan, but there's something about that medium that just makes anything look cool, in my opinion.
That's
Oh,
true.
exactly.
You know,
That's
it's like
true.
some of those, let's call them anime adjacent illustrators. You know, we're in one of my screen printing classes, and I have to admit, I have to give credit where credit's due. Their work looked really cool.
And
as
it
a screen
only
print.
like they only get better with age too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Even we go to the screen print like
Mhm.
the sale at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And you see stuff from the 90s.
Actually,
and
I remember,
good.
an intense moment last semester, I think it was, when we were in the screen printing studio together. You were working on shirts, and I was working on a project due the next day, and we were just both like, shit.
It was
You know?
honestly the most like hustle period. We spent
Yeah.
over 3 hours in there, but
Yeah,
we were like,
just boom, boom, boom. And then like,
Perfectly toned backs
Yeah,
from all the rows.
I remember I was getting like black paint, like or ink everywhere, and
stressing
then,
over
and then
those
like
soldiers.
you'd pull like the perfect T-shirt, and then you go to grab it, and then you had a little bit of pink on your thumb, and it's just like, damn it!
no, like
It
literally
becomes a
getting
misprint.
ink on a white shirt is like the
Oh,
death of
yeah.
me. Like, it's honestly so
It's
sad.
like
'cause
there goes $30.
Yeah.
or so.
Gildan's expensive these days. Price went up.
Yeah, I am never doing T-shirts again. I tried to do it over.
I liked your t-shirts though.
Yeah, well, I did them over. I forgot if it was a fall of 2022 or summer,
Yeah.
but I figured, oh yeah, it'd be cheap. I'm gonna go to like Value Village, pick up some used shirts. It's just like $10, $15 for a blank Gildan. I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
Used too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I had to go to I had to go to Spadina in college and go to one of those like what do you call them, like those bulk T-shirt suppliers, and then like you bought some T-shirts, and then you wash them and they shrink like 10 sizes. You know?
Perfect
That's
for
true,
me.
yeah.
I love a tight shirt.
Yeah, you do like form-fitting clothing.
I do like form-fitting
You
clothing.
know, that's why the insignia for the sign is a nice form-fitting jeans.
What got you into form-fitting clothing?
I wanted to ask you
Oh, yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
where the hell do you buy your jeans? Every time I see you, except that one day where
That is true.
you had an off day. Where
I
you
had
were in Air
Lakin's
Force
clothes
Ones
on.
and-
Sorry.
yeah, but like where the hell do you get your pants? They're always so form-fitting and
You know what? I hate
delectable.
So what? Delectable. Oh God, Mark, jeez.
How'd you get into those pants?
Zara.
No way! I don't believe it. No,
This is Zara.
He's
These are
gatekeeping
Zara.
right now.
He's gay. Yeah.
There's no way.
A nice pair of BDG never did me wrong.
What's that?
That's isn't that the
Urban
Urban Outfitter
Outfitters.
brand?
Oh, okay.
Really?
ASOS.
They're not vintage.
Imported.
There's no way.
Maybe I'm gatekeeping.
How do you get
I don't know.
the sizes right if you buy online? You just guess. It's just
I'm
like
a-
this man
I'm a lucky
is on a
28.
streak of luck. You know, my
No,
goodness.
Just wash them a bit. You'll be
See,
fine.
because I believe there's like an epidemic on men's asses and jeans. You know, like we're on a downfall.
A downfall.
It's
with
very
it 'cause
true.
Slumpy.
You know, back in the day, if you look at a nice pair of Levi's 50 somethings from the 80s, you know, like every man's ass looked like Bruce Springsteen, you know?
Cup.
Form
Gift
fitting.
wrap, form fitting.
Hoisted.
And you know what it is? This is the thing. If you look at modern pockets on men's jeans, they run lower below the ass.
I had never noticed this.
Well, I noticed.
But although baggy jeans is, you know, the cornerstone of skateboarding,
yes.
it's like they came back, you know, and that might play into
well,
culture.
it's because like pockets used to be directly on the glutes, and then they went lower because we carry more things in our back pockets.
Oh.
Yeah.
I carry
You ever
nothing in my
consider
back
that?
pocket.
Yeah, I never
carry
want
things in your
to
back pockets?
carry thing in
I
my
carry
back
my
pocket.
wallet in my back pocket.
Because then you sit on it, and then you're like,
Well, that's the thing.
because my
Because,
wallet's
okay,
so
look,
fat, you know.
because
like,
people didn't carry things as much in their back pockets, so it's like, you know, you just sit down. But then I guess when people started carrying more stuff, they put their wallets and stuff in their back pockets, and then when they sit down, you know, it's
Yeah.
uncomfortable for their ass, so they move the pockets slower, and now we're in an epidemic.
Now
of,
I carry everything in my
terrible-
tote bag.
I just wanted to
Yeah.
get that rant out of there. I was like, figuring out what to talk about today, and this was on my mind.
My ass was on your mind. Thank you. But fashion's fun. I love like wearable art now too. That's kind of like a direction I'm going in with my art as well.
and that's why I liked Mark's shirts. It's because
Yeah.
like every time I put it on, I'm like, oh look, there's a piece of Mark's art on a T-shirt, and saying that you went to Valley Village to get it.
Yes.
It's like so the place to do it because you have so much clothes that
Yeah.
are just like that need that special touch.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like the rationale.
For someone to wear it again.
Yeah, the rationale is you don't want to contribute more to the production of like fast fashion unless, you know, you go to Valley
Unless it's a
Village and
really
realize
good
it's like
jean.
Oh, come on.
from
Sorry,
PG.
Ace House.
But what do you find so endearing about producing art on clothes?
I think it's like the quick messaging that is like the outreach that you get from that, simply wearing a shirt that says a message, like walking on the streets, people are going to look at it, people are going to notice you. You don't have to put yourself on a billboard. Like you kind of are the walking billboard in
Yeah.
that sense. So it's a great medium for artists to use because people are interested in like local artist production
Yes.
alongside like the messages that they want to push.
Are
So-
you aware of Evisu jeans?
No.
You don't know
Ooh.
Evisu jeans?
jeans.
Well, they're
Elmer, can you give us the lore?
well.
Yeah, I think I connected one. Oh, it's not connected.
Okay,
Never
whatever,
mind.
Yeah, but anyways, Evisu jeans are these Japanese streetwear branded jeans, and they started from repurposing Levi's factories,
Yeah.
and they're known for this hand painted
M.
insignia. Yeah, sometimes it's like a,
Sort of like
little
M, yeah.
M-looking insignia on the back of the jeans.
Or like how you used to
Some-
draw birds.
Yeah, or sometimes it's like this long design that runs through the back of like the leg to the ass. It's like a leading line towards the ass. You know, everything comes back to that. But you know,
Really is the thing that centers us all.
perhaps painting on jeans is something to be considered.
That's really interesting. But then I raise you screen printing on jeans.
But you don't have to screen print.
God, I like screen printing
Okay,
too
yeah.
much. I just worry about wouldn't the paint crack? Like I guess
But
you gotta find the
that's
fabric
part of
paint.
the that's part of the
No, it is.
aesthetic.
It is true. If
The
you're
appeal?
doing like acrylic paint on jeans,
There's
it'll-
fabric
Yeah.
paint.
and
too,
it
I
makes it
guess.
stiff too. So it's like
Yeah,
really.
but there's like an aesthetic quality to having like the folds of the jeans captured with the cracking of the paint. You know?
That's true.
Yeah.
I remember seeing like a jean jacket with like the whole back panel painted, and the dude was walking like.
Oh yeah,
'Cause he
yeah.
couldn't,
'cause
like,
you can't-
bend
couldn't- How
Well,
about sneakers? You ever paint sneakers?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you
I
know,
feel like people get.
I
their
was
start
such like a
there.
little good Catholic kid. I couldn't draw on shit. I couldn't draw on anything.
yeah.
My mom would like, if I tried to touch it on thing, like I couldn't.
Yeah.
I wanted to. I used to draw all over my pencil cases and stuff. But
Yeah.
shoes, that's cool.
See, the thing is like I detest sneakerheads. Because I remember in high school, it's like, you know, if you there were so few artists in our high school that whenever
Fair,
someone
yeah.
had like the craziest idea, they'd go to like one of us and just be like, "Can you do this?" And it's like that's not remotely close to what I'm doing.
Love it.
A lot of people would just be like, "Yo, fam,
Bro,
can you
make this
paint
the
my
red colorway?
Can you paint my Air Forces?"
Yeah.
And it's just
Shardy,
like,
doggy.
no, I've never done that before, and I don't plan on doing
I
that. What do I
love
look
doing
like,
that,
Cause?
though, in school?
Yeah?
Well, Usually, if it was high school, I'd be painting them because you had to paint them black.
Yeah.
Oh.
But anytime I got like a pair of skateboarding shoes, I'd like draw on them first.
Yeah. But it's different. You know, there's a difference between sketching on skateboard shoes and I don't know, like putting like a I don't know, like a babe, painting a babe pattern on
Okay.
Air Forces, you know?
You should see my skateboarding shoes. They're full babe. No. Art and fashion are one and the same.
Yes. So, Stephen, you mentioned that when you were in high school, you worked with pencil crayons.
Yeah, but
And now your style seems. Do you work with airbrush too?
it looks like
It
airbrush,
looks like
doesn't
airbrush,
it?
but it's just
Yeah.
like
I've
digital.
never touched an airbrush, but yeah, it's digital.
Okay, yeah. So, could you explain like the development of your art style?
I guess, yeah. So I've like I kind of entered this phase of like going from analog to strictly digital for a while, and then I kind of lost touch with traditional, I guess, like mediums. But then I wanted a way to almost implement that because I like the control that I get with digital because I can really do anything to my liking and perfect it the way I want it to. But it still retains that like really strictly digital look. Like I hate looking at a piece and then I could tell which brushes you used from the Procreate pack.
Oh yeah.
Or like I know like what you used in Photoshop. So I feel like that airbrush look that I kind of have now is like a good way that kind of blends between analog and the digital mediums. So I guess, I kind of got greatly inspired by tattoo artists that kind of like do that same look, like American traditional.
So you caved in for that Stipple
I
studio.
caved in.
Yeah,
the true
pack.
grit.
The true grit.
Texas
Yeah.
Supply. No, I've never bought from them before.
Really?
Like, dare accuse me of that.
I didn't like recognizing people's brushes, so I got Stipple Studio. No. Kidding.
No, I think after I bought one pack and I was like, wait, you can actually make them?
Yeah.
You just need to make like a flat image and make that a brush, like. Yeah.
I remember we had a class together in first year.
Oh my gosh, Adrian Foro.
Was it 4.0? I thought it was Kyle Stu. No, it was 4.0.
It was 4.0. I had Kyle in the summer. Hamilton.
Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. It was 4.0 Illustrated Concepts too.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that. It was you, me, Leah. I didn't talk to you then.
No. Mark was too cool for me, guys.
No, you were too cool. I remember you. You didn't have like the whole like Frank Zappa thing going on. You know,
None
you
of
just,
this. My
you're just
hair,
like fresh out of high school.
it
You
was
had like the
like this,
little
right?
like
Look,
kinda-
there I am.
yeah, exactly. You look just like that. And I was just like, who the hell is this guy?
Who is this?
This
I
guy
don't know.
looks like a square.
This is what
And
happens
you became
after
the least squarish person.
3 years of I almost said 3 years of OCAD. Well, that too. 3 years of COVID.
Yeah. Okay. Next question. Are the curls real?
Girls, real guys.
Of course they
I
are.
flip it off. They are. I didn't even know I had curly hair until 2019.
Yeah.
It's always been like buzz short.
Really?
No,
Oh wow.
I don't even want to show you guys like my license or anything like that. I'm like, who the fuck is that? Like, it does not look like me.
Yeah.
But yeah, curls are real. Curls came in over the past 3 years, and the mullet's kind of a year old now. And I like it.
Grown in nicely.
Grown in nicely. Though.
Yeah.
Stephen's quite the trendsetter because, like, I remember in high school nobody had curly hair. Not even naturally, no one had curly hair. Is that amazing?
Really? In your school?
No, but
That's
but
There was definitely
then
people with curly.
around
Yeah.
2018, 2019, the perm epidemic happened. and
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm still feeling the kickback from that.
Yeah, Mark, how did you get your curly?
Yeah,
hair in high school?
I permed it. I was a victim, but you had curly hair already, so you were ahead of the trend.
Not in high school.
And then you had
Straight.
your mullet before Stranger Things kicked off. And,
Eddie
now
Munson.
everyone has
Yeah.
mullets.
So what can I say?
So Stephen, what is the next trend?
Yeah.
you predict?
What is
Trend
the next
alert.
trend?
You know what I like? I like a
Mhm.
little scarf. I like a little scarf
Little
on the
scarf.
neck.
Dude, nobody's doing scarves right now. That's gonna go crazy.
No one's doing
Little
scarves
scarf.
right now. Why is anybody doing scarves right now?
Not the weather.
Well,
guess.
it's fall. It's
Yeah,
about
yeah.
scarf
What about
season.
a little silk scarf?
No,
Yeah,
you
it's
could
fine.
wear a scarf. It's just no one's doing it right
But do
now.
you
I think
mean
we need to
like
start.
a scarf or like an ascot, like a
Be an
little-
ascot.
an ascot?
Maybe.
What about like a bolo tie over it?
No. Don't get a little crazy there. Come on.
Stephen, I want to ask you because I'm just curious. What are some of your OCAD icks?
Ooh, OCAD X. You know, you highlighted a great one when you have to fucking stand on the table to grab
Yes,
that
yeah.
power cord.
Yeah.
Disgusting. OCAD ick. You know what OCAD ick is? Like seeing somebody wait in that long ass line for the 6th floor.
Oh yeah, yeah, and they don't know there's the other.
They just
elevator.
use the other
Yeah.
elevator. Or like you see someone like fresh from taking the stairs and they're drenched in fucking sweat.
Or you show up early to class and you're just sitting there and you look up and you say nothing.
No, for
Come
real.
on.
You ever have like someone just like come into your class like late and like completely out of breath, like
Yeah.
and they sit down and then they just like don't look up from their phone for the whole class.
The next
That's like
5
the-
minutes are
Oh man.
Yeah.
like
I'm
deep
a
breaths.
recent illustration program enjoyer. As in I joined one illustration class.
Yeah.
Which one?
It's a graphic novel illustration.
Cool.
And I like didn't really notice this in other classes, but everyone's just on their iPads drawing. Like
Yeah.
I know it's okay to draw during like lectures or classes.
Mhm.
Well, in lectures you should be like taking notes, but
Maybe.
whatever. But like everyone's just drawing or like on their phone, and no one really like engages with the class. At least the one I'm in. Maybe you guys can attest to that.
Yeah, I had
It's
I
just
have
like-
a concept art class this semester, and I think it's like a 3rd-year course. But the whole class, everyone's just doing their own thing, and the prof is actively speaking to everyone, but no one's paying attention. They're just all on their iPads drawing.
Was that the sort of same deal before online school?
Before, no, because I remember from 1st-year illustration, John didn't like
Yeah.
us using digital. He kind of swayed us from it to teach us more analog methods.
I think it was required that there was no digital for the entirety of first year. It was
Yeah.
all analog.
I like only say that because I sort of feel that things run in that same online format, but we're there, and people sort of treat it as like a, you're listening to a lecture rather than you're engaging in it. And yeah, well, if you're gonna spend the whole time drawing, how are you gonna learn, what else is out there if you're
Mhm.
not even like looking up?
I feel like a problem is a lot of people, especially in illustration, it seems like they're still doing the same stuff they've been doing since high school. You
A
know?
bit, yeah. There's like not a lot of exploration there.
Yeah, it's
a
just
little,
like really the walls are up for the furry art and whatnot. I don't know if you can attest to that.
only want to draw anime. God, it's like I thought the rule of OCAD was not drawing anime.
Yeah.
Wasn't that like when,
They-
when we applied no anime?
They've softened the the passing requirements.
But yeah, I agree. I guess I was stuck kind of in a style
Mhm.
in my 1st year, and it wasn't until 2nd year I took, because it was like pandemic, so I took illustration. I think it was like 3 or like I don't know what it was. 2nd year illustration online with Kyle, and he threw drawing exercises at us like every single
Yeah.
week, and it kind of knocked me out of it because I didn't know how to kind of fit the brief with my style, so I had to venture outwards.
Mhm.
So yeah, definitely people are very afraid and very unsure of themselves.
So, what are some tips for some illustrators feeling they can't break out of their style?
I guess research and see what you like most. Like go to a library, absolutely.
Very
Break
good.
away from
Yeah.
Pinterest. Pinterest is kind of just like you spiral down it.
Yeah.
And you
Everything's
You
good.
create so many boards and you want to pull from everything, but
Yeah.
like it's I don't know. For me, like I lost contact with like the library for a while. Like I didn't go for the longest time, but then honestly doing my thesis research now. It's all I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to go into the library, look at old books, some things that's like things that are not archived on the internet.
Yes.
They're in book form now. So go research, like go into your local library, look at topics that you find interesting and go from there. For me, like I'm looking at like different types of fashion illustrations as a facet of mine. But there are so many designers and their books that are in your local library, like literally like Bob Mackie, like all these incredible designers from the 70s, 80s, 90s. So like do your research, delve deep, because they're also talking about causes and issues that may speak to you as well and further push your work.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Once something is archived on Pinterest, every illustrator, artist has access to the same thing and is spreading it around, right? If it shows up on your feed, it's shown up on plenty of other artists' feed as well. But goddamn, I do love Pinterest.
Okay,
They have the best algorithm
It's true.
of any website. Like sometimes,
What about like, do you ever go on Behance?
no.
Behance?
I have.
Every time I go on there, I'm like, God damn it, I'm like a mere
Yeah,
speck
yeah.
on a wall. Like, these guys are way too good.
No, I started archiving my stuff on Pinterest, and something I do is, you know how Pinterest has like the scan feature where you can look at similar things. So I scan my work and look for similar artworks that look like mine, and then I save it to a board. And then
Almost
that's a secret. No, this episode cannot air. That's part of my process of finding
Elmer edited out.
looking for illustrators that work in similar ways. But the thing is like, you can take inspiration from anything. Anything. It's just what matters is what you do with it, right? Because if you just outwardly take someone's piece of art and copy it, make like a facsimile of it, and then post as your own, that's not a good way of developing your style, by finding an artist and then copying their style. With taking someone's work and passing it off as your own, I heard there was some controversy around a Gradex.
Oh, yeah.
Stephen, if you could shed some light, if you feel comfortable.
There was an artist who blatantly stole, and I don't even want to say loosely referenced, it was basically just like a trace of somebody's artwork that I had seen on Pinterest. And I was just really I was just shocked in general that they were still able to present their work.
Wow.
Like, I thought there was like a zero tolerance policy in terms of like genuinely plagiarizing somebody's artwork.
Yes.
I guess I understand in a sense of like they created 9 other original works, sure, but that one work still tainted the entire thing for me, because I'm like, why is there an allowance for that now?
Yes,
why are we
there's
just
a level of distrust because you don't know if their originals are really original.
Exactly. What about the rest of the pieces? Like, if I can't go that in depth, but if I'm able to see it and say, hey, I've seen this piece before simply by scrolling on Pinterest, like, come on. We're supposed to be like, if you want to say pioneers here, like, we're supposed to be pushing our own styles,
right,
putting ourselves on our own platforms. For your thesis too, like a thesis is supposed to be a completely original body of work. Whether you're referencing something or not, it should be your voice, and then you're just taking it from another artist.
Should be here to push something new.
I don't get that.
Just tracing is like,
and the
I mean,
color
we all
palette
trace.
too.
It's just like you can't.
But it was
just
trace
do that.
and color palette. Like,
Do you think the colors were sampled from the original?
probably, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
They were in the same placement.
This is like the same thing as like the people who draw over like photographs and like it's the blank face and like
The drippy eyes.
yeah.
The commissions.
I had a drippy eye era, guys. I'm
The drippy
sorry.
eye-
I'm so sorry.
We all did. You know, that was our only exposure to art in the Catholic school. Anyways, now would be a good time to scrutinize your artwork, Stephen.
Critique
yes.
time.
Yeah. it's always good to have some critique.
Oh, I love
So
it.
let's take a look at some of your artwork.
What?
We'll have some pulled up
It's
in just a
awesome,
minute.
though.
Oh, wow.
Let me put my peeper glasses on.
Yes.
Your peepers. Oh, the colors are wild on this one, huh?
So which Stipple Studio
brush did you use for
Actually, it's a custom
What?
brush.
Yeah. It's like a Walmart. Okay, there we go.
It's with a custom brush. I just like customized a bit with the settings.
Nice.
Yeah, could you
Yeah.
explain the artwork a bit? Well, what year is it, by the way?
This is 2022. I think so. 2022. This was honestly one of our like assignments that I just honestly really liked and wanted to continue forward. It was for like a wine label illustration. So
I
it's
see.
based
So
in
it's gonna wrap around.
yeah. So it's based in
Nice.
like France, very frou-frou, very like fashion, glamour. This is also like an era that I was pulling from during the pandemic. I drew these like kind of alien figureheads, kind of oddities. So I wanted to make them more humanoid. So they used to be floating heads. So I simply just attached the neck.
Oh yeah.
Wow. So yeah, I don't know. I just like drawing glamorous kind of people.
Yeah.
I'm
Looks
very
like
inspired by like drag camp stylings.
Yeah. I was about to say it looks like
yeah.
drag sort of makeup.
I was gonna say, so you're more of like a Bratz girly than like a Barbie.
Oh, I'm a Bratz girly 100% on
yeah.
Barbie.
I got the sense from this.
Love the Barbie
illustration.
movie, but Bratz all the way.
Oh yeah. Let's see the next one.
Are those olives green or black olives? Just for
I
the
th-
sake.
I
Or
think
wait,
those
they're
are
grapes.
It's wine. Context clues.
You know they do look like olives, but I think they were.
They were a little olive shaped. Okay.
This is analog, right?
This is all analog here, yeah.
Wow. Gouache.
No, it was. I think it's a mix of acrylic, like watered down acrylic, and some watercolor.
Traitor.
This was my like depression era.
Let me get 2020.
No, you know what?
Okay.
No, it started this year, 2023.
Oh wow.
This was for we had a show at Artscape's Young Plays, and it was for like our final like illustration for. So basically, I called this piece like Reclamation of the Self as a Hostile Takeover. It was a lot of abstraction here, so like just looking very internally, doing a lot of introspective work. I literally like a little bit dark, but like I'd just been finally like diagnosed with depression at the start of the year. So doing a lot of like introspective work, internal work, and like almost like picking apart the pieces of myself. I kind of wanted to like draw that, and I'm really in tune to drawing like metallic imagery and stuff like that. So it's a mix of kind of if I had to open myself and rip myself open in an abstract sense, like what would that look like?
So, sorry to cut you off, but is everything coming out or everything's going in?
I guess everything's coming out. It's a mix, inward, outward. There's some like hidden imagery. There's like a wolf in there, an abstracted like rib cage,
Oh, I see the- I
intestines
see the
coming out,
wolf
like
now.
pouring out. Lots of flowers. I'm really find myself attracted to flowers. I always have going into the forest as a kid is always like something.
You know, they say there are two wolves within us, and they're both kissing.
They're both boys and they're both
Both
kissing.
But this is an excellent piece. How big is it?
Ooh, good question. I believe, I don't. I wish I actually got the specs for you. It's about like yay big.
Wow, so it's
Big,
larger.
like a
It's
watercolor.
very
Or
large.
it's about the size of the TV, frankly, like the display image.
You know, honestly, I think the display image is true to size.
True to size.
To be honest, yeah.
Wow, because I was about to say, like, I assumed it was smaller, but like,
It's part of
Wow.
a triptych. I did have two other pieces alongside of it, both touching on similar themes.
it's a great sense of depth. You know,
Thank you.
kind of. It's hard to discern. Like it feels deep, like you could fall into it, but on a similar note, also feels like everything is surface level. Like it's hard to discern like what's in front and what's behind, and you do get that sense of chaos of something being ripped apart.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Definitely like a look into my mind at that time.
How much?
How much, sir?
Maybe you don't have to.
$7.50
I'm
just
sure
for you,
the
doggy.
collectors will reach out.
$7.50, not $750.
Hmm. This would make an excellent pair of jeans. Just saying.
Hi, me. Oh, okay.
Oh, here we go.
the
Now we got
colors
some
are
Oh,
wild.
so we're getting into the fashion.
That's that cowboy guy.
Wearable art, yeah. So these were a pair of leather gloves that I made, and it was like a commentary on like excessive wealth.
Hmm.
So I had like to make the image, I had like put like pearls on a scanner and kind of just like warped their colors and shapes, sizes. Drew in a couple like crystal elements, some cherries because they're fun to draw, very sexy. And also in like the medium of leather, it kind of reads as like almost like bondage gear or like some sort of BDSM wear.
Like bikers.
Yeah,
I'd
kinda
say like the tassels and like the gloves are like a biker thing. Although that seems like almost like an opera glove.
Yeah, it's genuinely an opera length glove.
Yeah.
That I wish someone would just like bitch slap somebody with.
I challenge you.
So are those black olives or green olives?
In this sense, these are black olives right here.
Or
You
cameraman
killed him,
has
bro.
died.
You killed him.
I like the bobby pins, right?
Yeah, they are like
Yeah.
little safety pins.
Very punk rock.
Very punk. Yeah. I was also one of the first times that I experimented screen printing with puff.
So
Like
this was
vinyl?
screen printed on that.
Yeah. So
Wow.
I made my own tassels.
That looks
So-
challenging. Oh, so did you print it on a piece of leather and then you cut it? Yeah. I don't know why my dumb ass thought. Like,
You know, I was gonna do the
Bro.
same thing, and my prof looked at me like, "Are you fucking stupid? Like, no, you cut your own."
oh jeez.
No worries.
I don't know
Yeah.
why my mind went to that. I was just like that.
But it was cool. You take like a heat gun and you apply it, 'cause
And
it's
it
like
like
puff
raises,
additive.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
and it
cool.
puffs up. Yeah, very funky. I want to do like definitely incorporate this into thesis now.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do like a leather jacket back.
Mm.
I was just thinking, I've never seen this before, but what if? Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna fucking tell you. It's a good ass idea. No, I'm kidding. What if for 10 pieces you did 10 different articles of clothing and created a whole uniform?
Ooh, that would be
I
sick.
feel like, you know.
Mm.
If I
Yeah.
already didn't submit my statement.
Oh shit! I know that's this week.
It's up in the air. It's up in the. That's actually like incredible. Also,
I'm selling that idea now.
to a
It's my
material arts and design
intellectual
student,
property. Yeah, I don't know.
a
It's-
mad student.
Well, because we have to do 10 things.
Yeah.
So for a thesis, are you going to be doing big things or small things?
We
For
only
lack of
have such a space. We have
Hey,
4 by 8
that's the wrong
space.
question.
But-
Only big
Ball,
things
what?
are coming.
If you work on big things, what are they going to do? They're going to like not display your work.
Oh, that's true. If you go really
They
big,
have to put you somewhere.
That's so
because
true.
they'll just be like, "You'll go on the iPad."
Because I'm adamant that we deserve wall space.
I think we need more. I don't know why some of our spaces. Why are we stuck to the horizontal or vertical? Why can't we ever do a horizontal wall?
Because, just anime.
'Cause anime. Somebody needs an iPad.
It would
so-
be magnificent if we had a gallery space with a lot of funding that OCAD owns for students, but unfortunately, we don't have that. Only professional artists.
No.
I see what you're saying, but you'd rather not be in OCAD at GradX than like is it the Ignite Gallery you're talking about?
Yes. If it's a large enough gallery, you
But
could
then you're like
fit-
missing like 90% of the people that go to GradX.
They could host it on the 7th floor, but nobody.
Yeah,
really-
but it's
The seventh.
Look,
That's a good idea.
if you make enough marketing, look, people will walk all over fucking Toronto on Nuit Blanche to see garbage and then like more garbage like 18 blocks
fair.
apart, right? I don't think it's going to stop people to walk on down to Richmond to like a professional gallery space. But unfortunately, OCAD
Except
students-
Richmond has been utilized for grad X in the past.
Yeah.
And we've always found that like they never get that attention. But it is
Yes.
true. It isn't
It's
well
yeah.
marketed to, you know, maybe put up some signs telling, go
But
check out the rest of the work
it's-
because they truly deserve it.
It's different because the Richmond space is class spaces, right? The on-site gallery is a gallery.
It's a gallery.
It's a gallery. It's
It's
very
so
hot, bro. It's the most hot, bro. But yeah, I don't know. Illustration, cardboard. Kind of sick of it, you
Oh,
know.
love it. I'm pack
Yeah.
rat now.
Another one? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Let's
we're gonna
see
look
the
at
last
yeah.
one.
What?
This is a lamprey eel, correct?
What do you think it is? Yeah. So we got lamprey eel. What do we got?
It's that thing that Drake put hot sauce in.
Did he?
Is that no? Am I wrong? Is that like the hot sauce escaping? You know,
You could say it's
We're the
hot. You
olives.
could say it's hot sauce. Yeah, no one's gonna
It
tell you
is-
you're wrong about
Okay.
that.
It's a bratwurst, right?
It's a
the-
bratwurst.
It's a condom with nut. So yeah, you could say it's hot
What
sauce.
type of nut are we talking? Like pistachio?
Pistachio. Well, since it's green, I guess I was going for pistachio.
Yeah. I mean, it makes for interesting imagery. I really like the glow effect here. Like,
The flowers are a
Thank
bit
you.
phallic. Yes,
Phallic. Yes,
indeed.
this was a piece from a series I called like Florotica, which was basically combining sex and flowers. Like I know it's been done before, but I wanted to take a more like kinky, whimsical perspective on it. So here I took like a condom, which is kind of meant to prevent life. But I was like,
Yes.
what if it was a like thing to foster life instead? So what would come
Ah.
of like seed? So I drew like
So
some,
that's why Drake puts the hot sauce in, so it doesn't grow out of the trash can.
it's a great composition. Like I've noticed
you.
since first year, even though your style has taken quite a course of development, like you're really drawn to the organic, flowy
Yeah.
shapes.
I had a cubism era, and then I got tired of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do like a lot of flow. I like the eye to be led throughout the
Yeah.
work. I never want it to be stuck.
It's good you're working around, because if you started working geometric, I have to sue you. Have you done any T-shirts with this design?
No, but I did sell prints at a few markets, and it's one of the most like I guess like the most popular one.
Yeah.
Both for its abstract sense, because nobody really knows what it is until I say it, which
Yeah.
always shocks me. But I guess I've looked at the piece for too long now.
See, when I look at this, I think this would be like perfect for like a cover for a single or something. Or what like it really the moving forms make me think. You know when you go on Spotify and then sometimes the song like plays.
Oh, a
little
like a
moving
little
thing,
loop?
yeah.
Yeah, I think this would make an excellent like motion graphic. If
Which
do a
you
series.
are pretty good at, yeah.
Yeah, so it would be cool. Like I've done a lot of time to like separate the two, but it would be nice to mingle my motion design work with my illustrations.
You have the skill set to do that, and I don't know why you're not getting hit up to, create these album covers and like the motion graphic that goes with it. So if you're watching this and you need an album, Drake, if you're watching this, if you need an album cover,
Yeah.
we got this guy over here, Steven. Check him
Yeah.
out.
He can color the nut to be sriracha colored.
Yes.
Anyways, Stephen, we're just about up for time. Is there any closing words you'd like to say to all the fellow OCAD folk? You know, any closing message?
general?
Anything you want to?
Keep creating. Absolutely,
Oh,
keep creating. That's it.
That's it? Oh, how sweet.
No, for real. Yeah, keep creating. Follow your heart, your dreams.
Unless it's anime.
Unless it's anime, please. No. There's already too much competition.
Steven, where
and-
can people find you at?
So my Instagram is at boyonmars. That's MARR.S. And yeah, mostly I should be more attentive to that because I stopped posting for the longest time, but I should be posting now with thesis.
It's all a journey.
Yeah.
you
It's
know?
all a journey.
You'll pick it up.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, that's my main point of contact is there. Also, my website, boyonmars.com, to check out any video animations I post alongside my illustrative work. And you can contact me there as well.
And lastly, can we get a fit check?
A fit check.
Of course.
This is Every Child Matters shirt.
Yes.
Reconciliation Day. Zara pants. Boots from Open Fort. And a leather jacket from Aritzia.
Magnificent.
I am a label
you.
whore.
Thank you, Stephen. And
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And thank you all for watching. Check out Stephen's work, Boy on Mars. And we'll see you on Venus. Take care, everyone.
Nice.